Trigger alert. Bad Arnold impressions in this episode. This is Commando on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. With me in the studio is Sam and Jackie. Hello, Sam and Jackie.
Hello.
Hello.
And with us again for the third time is Tucker from the now defunct If We Made It podcast. But
Yeah.
either way, you're still our friends.
Yeah.
You don't need to be famous
I still exist.
to be in movie talking stuff.
It's good to be recorded talking about movies again.
How's life, Tucker?
Okay.
Good?
You know,
Just
it's
okay.
yeah.
Any good movies at least?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Still watching good shit then. Awesome.
Always. That's all I do. I've decided I don't need the other part of life where you socialize, go places, leave the house. I don't do any of that anymore. So it's just kids and movies.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
Well, that sounds kind of all right to me.
It's okay until other people look at you and then you're like, oh,
It's better than getting an axe shoved into your balls.
maybe.
Yeah. Or similar, actually.
I mean, that's immortal now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That will
there's-
live forever.
Exactly.
His balls won't live forever,
That
though.
man will live on in our hearts forever.
That's right.
His balls are dead as shit.
Yeah.
Commando was fucking ridiculous. It is shenanigans through and through. And so much goddamn fun.
It's the best.
It's hilarious.
It's absolutely hilarious.
And so enjoyable on every level. But it's like one of those weird... It's a staple of the 80s, the Commando. Like, you can't make it through the 80s without watching it unless your name is Jackie. But
That's right.
it's... How is it so popular? I mean, other than the fact that it's so loved because it's so stupid by people like us that like, dumb action movies and stuff. But, like, it's huge. It's on TV all the fucking time. And you watch it and you're just like going, oh, brother, the whole damn time.
Dude, it's full of one-liners that make it awesome and totally memorable.
You got to remember, there's like a segment of the population that has no sense of irony whatsoever.
It's true, yeah.
And that's what made these movies really popular at the time. Because I, at 8 years old, didn't have much sense of the
There you go.
ironic
Yeah.
when I saw this, and it's been a staple ever since. This movie, it holds a dear spot in my heart. I remember the day my grandma rented it for me.
Your grandma?
New releases.
Grand.
My grandma rented me Commando and Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Nice. Those are two
And
good ones.
I watched them over and over again all day
Very
long.
unrelated two films, but
Yeah, and then I was like, my grandpa will love Commando, so we got to watch it when he gets home. And he got home, and I made him watch it, but I forgot that he hates Krauts.
oh no.
I also made him take me to see Cobra on opening night when I was 8 as well, and I forgot that he hates WAPs.
Oh,
So
good God.
he only likes Bronson.
That's it.
That's it. Bronson and Clint Eastwood, I guess.
All right.
His film selection is pretty limited.
Yeah.
No foreigners.
No, just Death Wish sequels constantly.
How's he with martial arts movies?
No.
Forget about
He doesn't
it.
want any of that. That would probably fall in the Jap category, I believe, of movies. He's not a big fan of that. You got to remember, it's the time he grew up in. Everyone was assholes.
Sounds like my
Indeed.
grandma who says that Martin Luther King is a troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
Yeah.
I don't want to
That
tell you
Martin
what my
Luther King is
grandpa
a-
called him.
Yeah. Troublemaker.
A real rebel rouser.
Yep.
So Commando is basically Arnold Schwarzenegger just going around and killing so many people. So many people.
And looking good while he's doing it, I might add.
I would say that this is the face of Arnold. Like, if you had
Yeah.
to think of Arnold, you're probably going to think of him in all the black gear with all the guns and the body paint on and
Oh, no.
super ripped.
This is peak schwaz.
Yeah.
This is... I'm wearing a very small mankini in a boat
Yep.
for me. Like, that is the new swaz for me. It's like, oh, Hello, tight pants. Is that a ball sneaking out the side, or you just need to pull those up a little more?
We should get a poster made.
Yeah. Is that a seaplane, or are you happy to see me?
His mankini is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
when you're 8, you don't think anything of it. Like, you're like, oh wow, that guy's really buff and strong, and that's just what he's got
Yeah.
to do to get to places. You know, he's got to be fast. Can't have too much clothing because he's got to be
It's wind resistant.
free to do stuff.
Yeah.
But then you see it now, and you're like, whoa, boy.
Yeah, I was like, why did he have to do that?
Oh, it's with the bikini.
That's
buddy.
the obvious question we were talking about before the podcast. I have to burn it pre getting into anything. Was the mankini for sealing the deal with Radon? So he's like, I
He
got to
didn't
get
need
this stuff
that.
over here. I need to make sure she's still here when I come back. Mankini.
Right.
Don't go anywhere. You have my clothes. It's amazing how scantily clad all our like macho male role models were in the 80s. Like, that's just how we grew up thinking. That's what men did.
Totally. And you don't do that. You don't see that in film anymore.
No.
Not that I can recall immediately off the top. I mean, there's shirtless boys all the time, but not ripped action guys.
Most of the shirtless business is now in films catering to women.
Yes, towards teenage girls.
Versus these in the 80s, it was like, you boys, you want to see men without shirts on, all wet. Wet
Greased up,
men. Greased up.
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah.
And I love.
That's what we like.
Yeah, look at He-Man. They started us young.
That's right.
I love how the movie kind of looks at itself and goes, like, Radon Sean's great because the whole time she's like, enough with this macho bullshit.
Yeah.
And they're just,
Yeah.
it's so macho that it's like over the top macho.
Oh, please. She's loving it.
She is.
She is.
She
It's true.
probably
That's a
lost her
fact.
panties in the first scene.
Yeah, and he's wearing them in the boat. Actually,
Those are hers. Can I borrow those?
I need those. I don't want to go commando to the shore.
That is the irony of the film. It's not very titled correctly.
It's a think piece.
So it's insanely violent.
Cartoonishly,
Cartoonish violence.
I also think it's the most fashionista that Schwa's movies get. Like, he has more outfits in this one than he has in any other movie that I've seen. Maybe Total Recall, he wears a few, but I don't think he gets as many outfits.
But those
Definitely not in Predator.
in Total Recall. All those outfits serve a purpose, and also don't forget that there's 2 roles that he's having to play. So that's just 2
Yeah.
sets of clothes right there.
And that this movie takes place primarily over 11 hours.
Yeah, it's
It
that.
changes that much. It's like a Lady Gaga concert.
Yes. He has like 6 different outfits for the montage of him and Jenny at the beginning.
Right.
Which is great.
Yes.
It's almost like a Norris movie. Norris liked to showcase fashion. Especially like good guys wear black.
guys wear-
He never wears black, but he wears like 17 different outfits that all showcase his butt.
Huh.
Yeah.
Of
Well,
course.
they'd have to.
Yeah. But it's hard not to.
Can't get around
That
it.
thing's working overtime.
All right, so let's get into this thing.
Sure.
It starts out with Bill Duke, who's great in this fucking movie. Bill Duke and another guy,
Yes,
just another
Who cares?
goon.
Some nutsack.
He's a real
Pretending-
garbage man.
Yeah, he's the actual garbage man, pretending to be garbage man, and they whack one of John Matrix's old guys. Right, that's who this guy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like special forces team.
Yeah.
They
was-
all have new identities.
Yeah, he was the guy with super hearing.
So was Bill Duke part of that super team as well,
I
or
don't
was it
think
just
so.
Bennett?
I think it was just Bennett because otherwise there would have been more camaraderie when Bill Duke is fighting Schwarzenegger later.
Yeah, it seemed like Kirby said that they killed all of his old guys,
Uh-huh.
which were 3 of them.
So who's Bill Duke working for?
He's working for
Bennett,
Bennett.
Okay, all right. So Bennett's recruited a bunch of guys to whack other guys.
yes.
Yep.
So that they can kidnap John Matrix's daughter and force him into whack a guy.
Yes. It's a very elaborate scheme.
Why do they need to kill the other guys?
So that Kirby will lead them. He'll get nervous
Oh yeah,
and lead
their bait. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
lead what's his nut to Schwarzenegger.
Gotcha. So
Right. You've already figured this out more than I ever have. I've never bothered.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Fair.
just like, yeah, okay, this is a pretty good plot hole. Let's roll with it.
Yeah, for me, everything that happens before that blazer starts rolling down the hill is just sort of like the lettuce that I put to the side of the plate.
Oh, but it's such delicious lettuce. It's carrying the log.
Oh, yeah.
The Jenny montage.
The
You
Jenny
can't live without the
montage.
Jenny
Yeah, that's true.
montage.
what about Bill Duke stealing the Cadillac? What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, that's some odd stuff.
So I was kind of confused about this. So did he kill the Cadillac dealer guy because he was part of the Schwarzenegger club?
Yeah.
And so he
That's a downgrade.
like
Really?
everybody else got
I
like
used
a
to
mansion.
travel the world and was well paid by the government, and everybody else can retire. I have to sell Cadillacs.
Maybe it's his dealership.
Maybe.
That's a little bit better.
I think you could expose that. Let us know what that's all about in the film without being too overt.
Why? Speaking of overt, why kill them so spectacularly in public, like right in front of everyone?
So-
Let's
For
draw
high
him out
drama.
into the street,
Yeah.
mow him down with Uzis. Let's drive him through the window of his auto dealership.
exactly.
And what happens if he just doesn't stand in front of the car?
Or
You
if
got
he-
to back up.
Oh God!
Well, he
Right,
did
yeah.
back up. He was like, all right, I got to get myself at least 3 feet here just in case this guy decides to run. And then I'll just run his ass over right through the plate glass window.
these Cadillacs corner on a dime. You know?
Yeah.
That's what they're known for.
He's like, fuck you. I don't want vinyl. That's what you fucking get, you fuckhead. Nobody
he-
wants vinyl.
He goes to Bennett, who is on a boat, and he's just leaving the harbor and explodes Bennett's boat with him on it, quote unquote.
Yeah, that's another crappy secret identity. Fisherman.
Mm-hmm.
Cadillac dealer, fisherman. You get to be a millionaire mansion guy that gets to bang hot ladies, and you get to live up in the mountains in this spectacular log cabin with your daughter.
Right.
But you other two little fuckers, no. You guys didn't put in the time. You were there 65 days less, so Cadillac dealer, fishmonger.
Well, maybe Bennett spent all of his pension on cheeseburgers, and so he's got a fish to.
Cheeseburgers and chainmail.
Yeah, cheeseburgers and chainmail.
Well, it's not his fault. The cheeseburgers, he had to buy more chainmail to complete his vest.
That's true.
He's like, oh my God, I'm so close.
Adding to it.
Yeah, and then he's
over
like,
the
oh
years.
no, another cheeseburger attack.
Is
I'm going to have to buy more chainmail. I'll have to order it from Amazon.
is Bennett the least frightening bad guy in any film ever,
Probably.
other than the lava from Volcano? But human bad guy. He's not good.
No, he's not.
What's that guy? What's the actor's name?
John Vernon.
John Vernon.
Well, yeah, Vernon Wells.
Vernon
Vernon
Wells.
Wells,
John
there we go.
Vernon.
John
is-
Vernon's in westerns. He's in the Outlaw Josie Wales.
That's right.
He's
okay.
chasing him.
All right. Well, no offense to
Gotcha.
him.
No
but,
offense to him.
He's pudgy. He looks gay. Quite
Well,
gay.
His character, I believe, has. I mean, it's a complicated psychology, I think, going on in there. But there's definitely, at least towards Matrix, definitely some unresolved sexual
Homoeroticism.
tension. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He
So maybe
dresses like a leather man.
Yeah. Like
He's got
he
a
could be.
mustache.
He could hang out on his off time at a bar called the Toolbox, or
Yes.
something like that. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Blue Oyster Bar.
Yeah.
The locker room.
The piano bar.
The piano bar.
He gets to sit on the stools.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's only a Jackie joke. Nobody else will get it except for me. And maybe Tucker, because he's kind of laughing. Like,
I think he's laughing
think
at
it's
you,
funny.
not laughing
he's
with
like,
you.
you're either fucking insane or he gets it. So I'm going to take it as, yes, Tucker gets my joke. Woo!
No, not really, but I like that you like it so much.
So then we get introduced to John Matrix, who is up on top of a mountain with just him and Jenny, and their house is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And he's mountain man now. He's got an entire tree that he brings in.
He's gonna need to because they've got 3 fireplaces that are going full steam.
Right. Well, it's
This
cold up
guy's
there. It's chilly
this
outside
guy's
the
got to
house.
be logging every day just to keep those 3 fireplaces going.
It's a good thing he has the ability to carry an entire tree by himself.
yeah. Otherwise, you'd have to have a team of loggers.
In a truck.
Yeah.
But he brings it in, and they pal around. They're having a good time, sharing ice cream in town, and dabbing each other's noses, and chasing each other, and
Feeding deer.
This is the worst thing.
their hand.
Like,
yeah, the feeding the deer
The-
out of the hand. What the fuck, really?
because you don't approach a wild deer.
No.
The best thing that happens is you get your face kicked in. That's the best thing.
You're not Schwarzenegger. You don't know.
Ow, my eyes!
You don't know how nature reacts to Schwarzenegger. It's different.
Deer, come over here. You will not kick anybody. Your fleas will stay on your body.
Yeah, you've had a bunch of quaaludes in the salt lick. That deer's gooned out of its mind. Go ahead and pet it, Jenny. It can't even see right now.
It thinks it's in space. Let's push it down the hill. So they're having some lunch. And Jenny's made some sandos. And the choppers fly in. And it's his old boss, Colonel Kirby.
Why don't they call him Girl George?
Girl George.
It's some timely pop culture references.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
1986.
So Kirby tells him about the men getting whacked and that he needs to be careful. Watch your back. Watch Jenny's back. Watch that deer's back.
I'll leave these 2 guys here to get killed.
God damn it, those 2
Immediately.
guys.
These are good guys. This guy here, he couldn't do anything for Norris about 3 years ago. He's going to fuck it up for you next.
They are worthless.
Yes.
Completely worthless. They don't even get a shot off.
No. In the Norris movie, in A Forced Vengeance, a guy just comes up and bear hugs him and breaks his back. This guy is the worst guard ever in the history of film.
Well, he's not because he survives longer than the other one who just gets shot immediately.
Well, he doesn't show up in another movie and screw somebody else over either, though.
The wind from the helicopter blades has barely died down before these guys are dog meat.
Yeah. And I put to you that maybe he is worse because he didn't get killed immediately. And instead of, maybe if he was a better guard, maybe he would have fired back.
Okay, there's that.
Done
yeah.
something instead of crawling into the house.
Help me!
Like,
I suck.
Matrix,
You're better than I am.
you're here to protect me, right?
Yeah. What are you going to do? I'm going to be a horror movie trope in about 3 minutes. Fall out of the door.
He's like, what did you
right.
think, that I could smell them or something?
I could.
Yeah, and it's like, what? What do they smell like? Fucking burritos or what? Like, you're
I
up in the
guess.
mountains. Is that a burrito? And then he grabs his daughter and runs.
I think they smell like trouble.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Smell like entertainment to me.
he runs into his shed and he's got a bunch of guns in there. So he grabs some guns and he runs back upstairs and he finds the guy dead and Jenny's been nabbed already.
I mean, I guess it didn't pay to have such a short security code to your gun box because it was only 2 numbers
was
instead
it
of
1,
like
5?
4. Yeah, like
Yeah.
1 5, and it was like a telephone bat or something.
It was where the writer's emotional growth stopped. He used as the combination.
15,
Punches in 15.
and he goes in.
I hated that.
There's so many fucking guns. That's how the script reads. So many. It's so cool.
There's guitar wailing.
He picks up all of them.
Do you think that the timing lines up here? That, like, doesn't it seem that Jenny gets kidnapped very quickly? Because he's not outside for very long.
No.
Like, stay here or hide under the bed. I will be right back.
And then after they kidnap her quickly, they have to wait in the cars for a long time.
Why?
Because he has a short conversation with that guy, shoots him,
Sure.
looks out the window, and they're just now leaving.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, they had to sabotage the car.
Yeah, they did have to pull every wire
That's
out
true.
of the
So
engine.
you got to get an extra guy for that.
You don't know. Maybe
think-
Steve called in sick.
That's true.
Fucking Steve.
Steve,
It's always
Steve
fucking
the-
ruining the plan.
GMC Jacker. That's his specialty. But yeah, sure enough, the GMC's fucked up, and so he has to.
I actually find that timeline the most believable thing in the movie.
Yeah, indeed.
That adds up way more than everything else.
All the other timelines get worse.
And so the Jimmy's fucked up, and so he pushes it down the hill so that he can use it as like a torpedo towards the car. What's good in his mind? If everything goes according to plan, what is the plan?
That Jenny has a seatbelt on, hopefully.
And doesn't get crushed to death when he slams into the car and they all roll down the hill.
I don't think he's worried about that. I don't think he ever worries about getting
The
hurt.
consequences.
No.
Like, probably be fine. I'm gonna live.
He's shot at in this movie about 4,000 times.
True. Yeah.
And he gets hit
Twice. No,
Twice?
once.
Once.
That's the only one that shoots him.
Yeah.
He gets exploded one time.
It doesn't even leave a mark.
Yeah.
It
It's
ripped
just
his
sort of-
pants open.
Did it rip his pants?
Yeah, the grenade did.
It actually just looked like he took his vest off and he held his side for a second and looked at it like, I'm not bleeding, it's okay.
Just a
That
bug
grenade
bite.
bothered me. Stop it.
So he misses them once, keeps going. Do we have a count on how many times this thing got turned over?
I thought we were at 4.
Counted 4 times that it definitely wasn't going to continue much after the cut without turning over, and then it actually does turn over in one of the shots.
Finally. This thing is out of control.
And the look on Schwarzenegger's face as he's going down the hill in some of these shots, he looks genuinely scared. Like, I'm going to fucking die. This is not set up well.
He is a star. I would say this movie really cemented Schwarzenegger as a movie star for me. Like, I mean, sure, you got Terminator and Conan and all that, but this is like Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Like, you get a personality.
Right.
I don't know. We'd seen a whole lot of that before. He'd be just very stoic and robotic.
Right. And not a
here
whole
it's
lot
like,
of
especially in
one-liners.
that- Yeah, he's going down that hill, and his eyes are bulging out of his head like Total Recall, and he's just bouncing just crazily up and down. And
Basically,
he sells it.
The only
I don't know if he's really in that car or not.
They're hitting
but
him in
I
the
buy
face.
it.
Yeah.
There's some of the shots where it's like they're just dragging him behind a trailer, but he's getting hit in the face with some fake tree.
Right.
And it's good.
It's like
And bouncing
Sam
all
Raimi
over the place, yeah.
smacking
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell in the face with that branch.
Yeah.
Evil Dead.
It's got every single schwaz cliche in it, except for he doesn't do the painful schwaz thing. I don't think I ever heard him go.
He doesn't have time.
Yeah, indeed.
He doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's in the scuffle with Bennett at the end, but I mean, it's just not very. I mean, he's kind of got him by the throat most of the time, so it's not like he can make a whole lot of noise, you know.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure he learned from his tight pants class.
His noises were.
Tight pants.
So eventually he crashes. This Jimmy.
Oh, yes.
And they nab him, held him at gunpoint, take him back to this like
They dart
bad
his
guy
ass.
shed.
They
Oh, yeah,
don't take him back
tranquilizer,
anywhere.
yeah.
They dart him.
Yeah, they have to put he kicks 2 guys off a cliff before this happens.
True.
Like you go into this plan knowing that like you don't tell anybody that 60% of them aren't coming back.
True.
You don't pay him first either.
No.
Yeah. Because then you have to go find the body to get the check back.
My
It's
money.
a big pain in the ass.
Because they know that John Matrix lives his life on bath salts.
Yes.
It's going to be a massacre.
And not Calgon either.
No.
The bad guy.
The good ones.
The Miami type.
Yeah.
Eat a
I'm
man's
gonna eat your
face.
face off.
All
You
right.
get the classic, I thought you were dead.
Uh-huh.
You thought wrong, That's classic.
Totally.
It's the best instance of that ever happening in a movie. And then he wakes up, God knows how much later,
Yeah, because
and
that looked like
Bennett's
a pretty
waiting
big
there
dart.
and goes, tranquilizer.
He'd been sitting there for 4.5 hours. Anytime he
wait.
moved or breathed heavy, he was like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, wait. Oh.
He probably said tranquilizer like 2 or 3
There's
times.
just a pile of discarded Twinkies because he thinks he's coming too. Throws it out of the way. I'm ready.
Oh,
Wake up! Damn it! I used too much. This was enough to knock out an elephant.
it did look pretty big.
You got to go over with a guy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kicked 2 men off of a cliff right before you shot him with it.
The old double dose, huh? All right, so he tells them that Matrix, the ransom for his daughter is that Matrix has to assassinate the president of Shitholistan. And
It was a classic 1980s brown skinistani thing.
Yeah.
yes,
Except it
Doesn't
was
matter where it
San
is.
Pedro.
San Pedro, the country.
Yeah.
Better known as Mexico.
No, it's
like
Verde,
Grenada.
Van Verde.
Van Verde?
Oh my god.
Maybe
I think it was Van Verde.
Oh.
Something like that.
That would make
Valverde. I
Valverde
think that's what it is.
would
I think
make
it is
sense
too.
because I thought someone yelled Salsa Verde at one point.
Yeah, someone did say salsa verde.
Like when they're getting exploded, Salsa Verde!
Maybe that's the battle cry of the country of Valverde.
We will crush our enemies.
We're-
Salsa verde.
We're going to die, but it will be spicy.
So so they take him to the airport and stick him on a plane, and this other guy is going to sit with him the entire flight to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid, and then escort. Are they just going to like hang out next to him the entire time until he has assassinated this guy?
I'm thinking that's the idea, is that he's going to get a full chaperone.
Yeah.
So why don't you just have one of your guys assassinate this guy if one of your guys is going to be right next to him the whole time?
Dan Hedaya says that Schwarz helped overthrow him or something, so the guy he's supposed to kill's chummy with him. They can't get close to this guy. He knows that they're trying to off him, so he's under heavy guard. But he would,
Matrix is the only one that can get close enough.
yeah.
But they're not
can-
going to notice this other guy standing right
I
next
think
to him
they're-
with a knife pointed at him.
I think they're assuming that once he's there, he's on board because they've got his daughter and he's
Yeah.
going to go through with it. I
Okay.
think they're
Alright.
banking on that.
Or that if the guy likes him so much that, oh, who's this other guy? Well, if he's with John Matrix, he's okay.
He's all right by
He's
me.
all right by me.
See, now after watching this movie, I'm never going to fucking trust somebody else's word about somebody again. Like, no, I think you're here to assassinate me.
Do you know Dan Hedaya?
Who? Kill them!
How is Dan Hedaya going to take control of the country when he's on some island off of Santa Barbara?
Uh-huh.
How does that work?
Question mark.
Question mark.
And why would he? I mean, this place that he's living in is like fucking fantastic,
Yes.
right?
Pretty nice.
He should be just throwing
The
wine
other-
mixers and not worrying about it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like the only
It's like
thing
a chicken market at Valverde
yeah,
outside the airport.
Yeah.
like this place he's trying to like take over is a shitholistan, just like Justin said.
Nice.
But the only thing that he's really missing out on is he doesn't have a pool in his estate.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't see a pool.
But he's got enough dudes there. They could probably dig one out in like an hour.
There is a whole ocean there.
There is the entire ocean.
Yeah, but if you're a real
true.
pompous asshole, you've got a pool and an oceanside house.
I would make those guys bucket in the ocean water for my pool.
Daily.
I would too.
Daily.
Okay, bucket that out and bucket in some new water.
I want this clean first, like completely dry.
Yeah, and if you don't get done
And then
by 7, just start over again because the water won't be any good.
It'll be ruined because it'll be the perfect temperature.
Yeah.
and if anyone talks back,
You just fucking shoot him. You're on your own damn island.
Yeah, exactly.
and they're really easy to kill.
Yeah. You know, I will say that there was no Wilhelm scream in this movie. I kept waiting for it, and it wasn't there, and it was kind of sad.
Really.
There were so many chances for the Wilhelm to come out.
It is a film that seems like it would have a Wilhelm in it, but it's not.
They-
But I'm glad it doesn't.
I'm
the
glad
new
it
Star Trek
doesn't.
does.
I fucking hate the Wilhelm.
They some of the death screams are really lumbering. They're like it sounds like they're actually just trying to pick up a couch, not that they're actually dying.
Yes,
Like
indeed.
a guy's falling off of a roof, which should be more of an but it's like wait, are you lifting or falling? Because I'm confused now.
With your
I
legs.
clearly see you falling off a roof, but
I-
it sounds like you're
The
trying
Foley
to.
artist moving a couch.
I saw somebody get shot in the chest and they went, ooh.
Ooh!
So bad. It's awesome. So he whacks the guy on the plane. He kills the chaperone. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired. And
Classic. And he's already done the "I'll be back" at this point,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's done the. He's already had like 5 good one-liners.
Yes, he
already.
has. He's zinging him out in this one.
Yeah, he's a struggling stand-up comic in this movie.
He has to escape the plane, and it is taking off. And so he goes through the luggage area and the underside of the plane, gets to the landing gear, and then hangs onto the main wheel until the plane is in air.
Mm-hmm.
How far does he fall?
Pretty far.
70 feet.
It's
Probably
a
270
lot
feet.
of feet.
You missed the best part was when he hides in the bathroom, and he has to hide in the bathroom for the convincing amount of time, and he just sits there completely stoically, and there's just a shot of him sitting in the bathroom
He's
going,
not
That's
in the bathroom.
It's an
Sam.
elevator.
He's not in the bathroom. He's
I know.
in the
I
food
always
elevator.
think that every time he goes in there too. I'm like, why is he just standing in the shitter? But he's not. Because then he comes out on the other side.
because I couldn't decide if he would just like hid in there for a short time, like, okay, now they know that I'm gone, or if he actually has to poop, and then goes about his business afterward. Like, if I fall a long way
like, I
with
better
this
do-
poop in me, it's gonna end up in my pants. So
I better do this now before I set the clock. Not on my time.
So yeah, he falls out of the plane, lands in this marsh, and instantly springs up. No injuries. Perfectly.
Well, the reeds
intact.
broke his fall, Justin.
Yeah, that's gonna
That's
do
totally
it.
believable. God.
And you see him running through the marsh that he just landed on. There's about maybe 6 inches of water that he's running through. So even if that it's implying that the water broke his fall, there's no water.
not really. And if it was, he's in there pretty good. He's wrestling gators to get out.
Yeah, dude, maybe a gator broke his fall, and he's going to get a new pair of boots after this.
So it's just a dummy, right?
Yes.
They dropped from that
The
plane.
dummy was awesome
No,
looking.
that was
Because
the dummy comes out of the plane.
3 shots.
Yeah. The shot with him hitting the reeds is a guy because whoever the guy is bounces up immediately. Like, he only fell 10 feet and then is already like from hitting ass to reed into a full run almost. Like, he's full of action the second he hits the ground.
Yeah.
But there's a clear dummy. It's the dummy is the shot of where there's nothing
just
but blue
free falling
sky
for a
and,
Yeah.
a dummy.
Because somebody has to jump off the wing, off
pretty good.
the wheel,
Sure.
unless they had a tug or something on that. I don't know.
All right, so he's on the ground and he's running back into the airport and he sees the Sully guy that's the other goon that's working for Bennett, and he's hassling Raid on Sean, which is okay.
Well, that's
Which is
okay.
just fine with me.
Yeah,
He's doing better than most of the gentlemen in 80s movies.
true.
They would have already punched her and started taking her shirt off.
And she would have liked it.
Yeah.
But
Once she woke up.
yeah. So Arnold sees this. John Matrix sees this, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta follow him because he's my only lead to my daughter." And she goes to the garage to get in her car, and the Sully guy still is stalking her, like walking behind her like 5 feet. I think she shouldn't have gone to the garage. I think she should have been like, "This man is bothering me."
I think that this movie really started that to be aware campaign.
Yeah.
Like when you're out walking, ladies, be aware of your surroundings, people following you.
And the scummy guy that's following you to your car and
Yeah.
probably going to rape you.
I think this is just something that women have learned to live with
Oh!
forever.
She seems like this is just Wednesday. Like,
Yeah.
the way that she deals
Pretty
with him is
normal.
like, just go away, all right? This happens to me. All right, number 6 today. Thanks, buddy.
I guess it is LAX.
Yeah. And he is parked right next to her.
And she is a flight
convenient.
attendant. So I'm sure she gets a lot of scumbags.
Yeah.
They were called stewardesses
Like-
at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to join
Sorry.
join the Mile High Club? While we're back on the ground, it's going to be difficult.
We're going to have to try a few times, I think.
Yeah.
So,
David Patrick Kelly, who
Yes.
plays Sully, by the way, definitely wins my award for wardrobe in this movie.
oh my God, his suit.
I think that thing should be in the Smithsonian.
It should.
It is amazing.
It's
Lee,
like
awful.
puffy cotton 80s sweater that somebody turned into a zoot suit.
Pretty much, yeah. Like something Bill Cosby would wear.
It's got one of those
the suit.
shitty, like squared off knit ties.
Yes.
And the shoes were great too. The whole package. They should just plasticize David Patrick Kelly in that suit and put him in the Smithsonian.
Yeah, there you go.
He had good sunglasses too.
Yeah.
This whole getup.
It really-
Yeah, he's great in this.
It probably
He's a
came right
real-
out of his closet. Like he probably just had that suit at home, and he's like, "I just bought this last week. I'm totally wearing it for this movie."
or he just wore it to set and they were like, that's fine.
Yeah.
He's a rapey little weasel, this one. But he's great. So Matrix grabs her and tears her seat out of her car and, like, follow that guy. She's like, I knew you were going to see that. Damn it. So they go on, like, this car chase, kind of, this tail, all the way to this mall.
Because everybody goes to the mall to get fucking wasted at the Havana bar that's upstairs next to the Gap.
to do bad guy things
Kiwana Bar.
at a TGI Fridays.
That's where it goes down with the passports
Not-
during happy hour at Shenanigans.
Yeah, pretty much. It is very not a your usual bad guy hideout.
We wait for him to like do the stupid song singing and the bell ringing. That's when you make the pass because nobody's going to pay
watching.
attention, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds like Sam's got his life of crime all figured out.
Well, maybe I'm retired from one. This is look at me now, huh?
Supplemental income.
Yeah.
No
should see-
dollars.
He didn't get the pension either.
Should see all his passports.
I got so many. They changed the passports, and yeah, I'm sitting on a lot of without a time machine. I'm just sitting on a lot of no good passports.
Do we know what the passports are for?
No,
Really? No? Okay.
They
We
are. They
also
even,
don't understand why the guy runs out of the bar with all the money and gets shot.
Yeah, no one's looking at him. Like, he's fine.
Yeah, like he just runs out and makes a scene like, somebody shoot me in the face! And then he gets shot and drops the money, and I did not get that part at all.
No
what
one's
could the
behaving
passports be
rationally.
for?
I can't tell if this is something. If Sully's just a freelancer and his part with the Matrix thing is done, so now he's on another deal.
Oh, before I go meet Cook at the hotel, I'll go do this passport business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got a passport
Potentially
deal.
get a little raping going on in the way.
Right.
You know.
Well, he's got a good half hour to kill.
Yeah.
That's plenty of time for a rape and a passport.
Several
job.
felonies you can
And-
pack into a half hour.
Yeah.
Cook guy seems like he's done with the Matrix deal too, so he could even be part of the passport deal. They're just independent from the whole situation at this point.
Yeah, it seems like it. All right. So
What are they meeting up for?
Well, they're both in the passport deal.
Oh, okay. So they're.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, because I didn't understand what they were meeting up for either. That was one of my questions. I'm like, what?
At a seedy hotel, the two of them.
John Matrix is gonna have Radon Chong. Radon Chow.
Yeah,
Cindy.
yeah.
He's gonna have Cindy,
There you go.
Cindy?
be bait. Yes,
Yeah.
her name is Cindy.
I've never known that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you ask, what's her name? Cindy. Then just shuts up again.
She's like, what's your name? He's like, John Matrix.
And she says, that's a nice name.
She's a lot more polite than he is.
She's overly polite.
Are you going to tell me what this is all about? No.
They have like the most pleasant conversation ever in the car on the way to the mall. Like, so tell me about your family. What's your father like? Is he cool?
was half of a famous comedy duo.
Oh, good. I like that.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I like funny people. I always kill them last.
You know who she was married to?
I don't.
C. Thomas Howell.
Really?
Yeah. The C stands for crap.
So that's what happened to her? She got sucked into that fucking whirlpool.
I guess so.
It was so powerful a vacuum that she couldn't escape it, even though she was mostly talented and pretty.
Well,
They could still be married for all I know.
being
I guess.
married
I
to a
don't
guy
know,
named
but
whose first name is Crap is
Yeah.
probably not going to help you.
I was officially christened after Soul Man came out. Have you guys done Soul Man?
No, sir.
No.
We should do Soul Man.
Okay. Put it on the radar. So she's going to be bait. She's going to bait him, and he's going to lead her, or she's going to lead Sully back to John so he can punch him out. But she stupidly just runs into a security guard and is like, this man's insane over here, and he's on drugs and is going to kill everybody.
This security guard is not working. He is just vibing it at the bar.
He's vibing it at the bar, totally.
Yeah, because then once he's like, I'll go check it out, he just sort of like takes about 4 steps, realizes, fuck, I was vibing it at the bar. Then he radios it in so that he can go back and vibe it at the bar.
Right.
He radios the other security guard who's hitting on 2 girls.
Yes.
Also not working,
Not working.
but he's amazing.
So that's the only part
My
that Mark
favorite.
L. Lester got right about security guards at the mall. They don't actually do anything.
anything.
Yeah, they just vibe it everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a
until
security
then.
guard at our mall, come to think about it.
I have, yeah.
I have.
There.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Have you, Tucker?
Not that I've noticed, but I haven't been.
Maybe
doing
they're
it.
in those ones
Spend a
that
lot of
dress
time
like
there.
plainclothes cops.
Oh, that's what they
Yeah.
got. They got the undercover mall cops. Oh, Jesus.
trying to infiltrate.
The shoplifting
Infiltrate.
gangs.
We're gonna
Table
we're gonna
23 at
bring
the food
down these
court.
little cocksuckers that have been stealing the pretzels.
No more
See,
free
kids-
samples for you little buttholes.
Kids in the play area with his shoes on. Take him down. I'm gonna radio it in. You want to see me kick some ass?
They do not kick any ass. All of the mall cops get their ass kicked badly.
See, but conversely, so like he gets it right before the confrontation, and then after, I've never seen a mall cop do this much.
Right,
To
indeed.
do so- like they
have
try to
guns.
take out Schwarzenegger. Yeah, and they have guns.
They kill the passport guy.
True.
Some of them get killed. But they all have guns, and they're fast and loose to use them.
They've been waiting for
Itchy
this.
trigger fingers. Yeah.
They really ruined the curve on dangerous jobs list that year. Just from that one incident. Like mall cop made the list for the first time
Yeah.
ever. Lots of alcoholic mall cops drowning their sorrows.
They're like, God, I'm just so scared. Did you hear what happened in California?
I lost my partner. By the Orange Julius.
Oh.
He was so close to retirement.
The boss is just like the typical police chief that just yells at everybody. What are you doing, security guard Mahoney?
You're a loose cannon.
I see you out there every day, freewheeling outside the Foot Locker.
I got the mall commissioner breathing down my neck. It cost me one more golf cart.
You shouldn't be out there. You're supposed to be behind a desk at the furniture store. So dumb. Jesus, these guys. So Sully sees him fighting all these dudes, and he runs. He's blasting security guys, and so he's gonna get a quarter and call his boss. So he tries to steal one from Cindy, and goes into this phone booth that Arnold then just completely tears out of the ground and does a body slam with it.
Yeah, Sully shouldn't make it out of this. He lands on his head hard.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
I don't know if he's dead, but he's not happy.
Yeah, the glass everywhere is a problem.
And that it comes down, it's going to be painful. So, but he pops right out of there and starts taking off.
He shoots at Schwaz and misses. Why doesn't he fire again?
I think that the way that in that shot, he turns and shoots, and then it's like Schwarzenegger angrily steers the bullet away from him with his eyes, and he
Yes.
just realizes, well, this is pointless. That guy can't be shot by guns.
True.
I need to run away.
All right, I'll just save these bullets for maybe somebody else.
For a human being.
Yeah, for
Are we sure there was no schwaz noises when he's pulling on the phone booth?
maybe.
They
Maybe.
didn't seem to make any.
Yeah.
Huh.
Next time we watch this, we'll just add them all in.
Yeah.
Do our own ADR.
Good idea.
No.
You guys seen the Conan the Barbarian outtakes where the dogs are chasing him?
No.
And he
Yes.
goes up those rocks and the
Yes.
dogs come and he falls down and you can't
Yeah.
see him, but he's like, God damn it. It's the best thing. It's my favorite things.
Oh my God, I totally want to watch that.
It's really good.
Oh, man.
The commentary's fucking
The
fantastic.
commentary
too.
is brilliant. He is a funny guy.
He's hilarious.
When he's like, oh, they got the pool up here. This is better than the Four Seasons.
When the orgy scene, we look up and they see the banging and my eyes get wide. And the way it starts with him and John Milius, where John Milius says, "This is Arnold Schwarzenegger," and he goes, "And I am John Milius, the Great." And if you believe that, you also believe there's a bunch of Richard Simmons Juniors running around. I love it. I love it, he says.
What a silly bastard.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the Total Recall commentary, but I imagine that's probably pretty great, too.
I don't know if he's
Him
in
and
it.
Verhoeven.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be amazing. Anyways, so
Digression.
Sully runs away, and Matrix chases him, and now he's in an elevator, and John Matrix gets on like a balloon stringer thing.
Yeah, there's super 80s things all over the mall. There's
Oh,
on
it's
the
one of those
ceiling.
crappy. Hey, this is art. No, it's not. It's trash.
It's a
you put some air in
balloon,
and then
yeah.
hung it up. You stupid butthole.
It's a
Yeah.
very long garbage bag.
But I'm really glad
But
that
it holds him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sturdy.
it's somebody's trash.
He swings
It's 80s trash art.
the length of the mall and lands on top of the elevator. It's awesome.
This is a very good stunt because that guy doesn't have any safety harness. That's
No.
a guy that
Yeah.
swings, holds on to whatever that thing is, and then makes it perfectly on top of the elevator.
A man did that. Yep.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. But it doesn't really lead to much because Sully still just gets out and goes into his car and drives off. And so John Matrix grabs Cindy's car again and chases after her. She's
After he
like,
beats
"Wait
up
for
two
me!"
security guards.
Who doesn't leave their key in the ignition at the Galleria in L.A.,
Of course.
right?
Of course.
I
And
thought
they're
he took the
convertible.
keys from her when they first get out of the car so she couldn't leave without him.
No.
I thought he did.
It looked to me like he just got in
Just
there and they were
grabbed
in
it,
there.
like it was already in there. But that could have been a bad continuity
Up
because
for
it's full
debate.
of those. So
So they have a car chase.
let's debate it. Come on,
I'm not willing to move away from this one point.
let's get this straight.
So they have a car chase. And it goes into the hills. It's a good car chase.
Yeah,
The city section, driving like a maniac. And they go up into the hills, and he eventually crashes it, gets Sully to crash his Porsche and rolls it.
Yeah, that little sunbeam can take a beating and
Oh,
keep
man.
on kicking.
But John Matrix then crashes that car at full speed.
They didn't even try to brake. Just like,
Non-braking.
oh, this telephone pole will stop us.
Yeah, I'm going to use that.
like head on,
She's
full
dead.
speed.
I think the best case scenario for her is that she doesn't fly through the windshield because she hits the dash so hard it bounces her back, and then she ends up with whatever assemblies left from the seat stuck in her side or butt.
Nether regions. Yeah.
She's not gonna make it.
She's not going to she doesn't have a seat, so she definitely doesn't have a seat belt. She is through the windshield, dead.
I think he reaches over so quickly after the impact to say, "Are you okay?" Like grabs her immediately. I think maybe he grabbed her before
Maybe.
she even moved.
His arm
Yeah.
was her seatbelt.
Yeah, he does the one arm out as they're crashing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's gonna help.
hold on, honey.
I'm super strong. I will try not to crush your
I
breast.
will be seatbelts for the both of us.
So he hangs Sully over the edge and is like, "Where's Jenny?" "I'm not going to tell you. You don't need to. I found this key to the motel." Because he also makes a lot of connections throughout the entirety of this movie. Like, oh, I found a clue. That must be where things are happening that involve Jenny.
Sure. He has no plan
None.
at any point, and he barely this thing comes together on shoestrings the whole way.
Absolutely.
Like this is good enough. This fell out of his pocket.
That must be it.
Yeah.
Jenny must have something to do with the motel out on Route 51. Because he can't just have a hotel room someplace, Schwaz. I don't know. But he's like,
to be more information there.
yeah.
This reminds me of I
Oh.
watched a movie with Carl the other night, Kiss Me Deadly. Have you ever seen that? It's
Huh.
a 1955 film noir.
Okay.
It has this, private eye named Mike Hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and Mike Hammer's kind of a brute. He's not really a thinking man's private dick. He's more like a fuck you, give me some information. Every person he comes up against, he gets like one piece of information out of him and then he leaves. And I'm like, why didn't you ask a fucking follow-up?
Yeah.
It would you probably cut this down quite a bit. Like the Sully moment kind of feels that way for
Yeah.
me.
He's only allowed one question.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
Hey, do you remember when I said that I was going to kill you last?
Yeah, Matrix, you did.
I lied.
I love his death too.
I like that
a good
Schwarz
dummy.
looks over like happily.
Yeah, like what? Oh, his head came off right there.
Yeah.
That was a bad bounce.
He's definitely not coming back up from that one.
You know, this was before they could really be that graphic, but I assume he was jerking off. It's like the Psycho when he's looking through the peephole. You know,
Yeah.
you know what he's doing.
Well, I didn't, but now I do.
Where's Sully? I let him go.
I had to let him go.
Yeah. So they steal his Porsche and drive off.
Now you don't have a car.
This one will do.
Then he pushes it over. Now I do.
Look at it. It's in perfect condition suddenly.
It was. And then it was in shitty condition again. They must have had another wreck on the way to the hotel.
Had to run somebody else off the road to get an ice cream.
Yeah.
The ice cream man was just trying to go home for the night, and Swerves was like, "No."
And it didn't work out. They
Yes.
arrived at the hotel, nose is clean.
Yeah, the deleted scene is him just plowing into an ice cream truck because he doesn't have any cash. And then getting her an ice cream, and she's about to grab it from his hand, and he just sticks it in her face and laughs.
That's what me and Jenny do!
Now that you're part of a family. Get used to ice cream face, lady.
I'll show you what we do in the pool later. It's no time.
Are you a fan of wildlife by chance?
He's like vetting her out as they go.
Yeah. How do you feel about horrible sandwiches made by little girls?
I love him.
Perfect.
You'll do nicely. Oh, you're also probably going to get killed at some point.
Eventually.
Eventually. All of my wives do. All of Jenny's mothers.
I like to think that Jenny's mom, he said she died when she was born. I like to think it was a hit. Some enemies came and took care of her right after the baby was born.
Bazooka blast.
Yeah.
Like
That's
he
how
has
Jenny comes out.
He has to actually, he catches her doing a battle roll and then barely makes it out of the delivery room as it explodes.
So they make it to the hotel and they're inside and they're like, oh no, Bill Duke's here. And this fucking fight scene is awesome. It's great. They bring Bill Duke in and they just start punching each other and this Green Beret's gonna eat your biscuits or something.
He says he's going to beat his ass. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger goes, I eat Green Berets for breakfast.
Yeah.
And I'm really hungry. And then at some point they go through a wall and there's people in there.
The boob lady. They snuck in a pair of
Gotta
tits
get
in this
tits in
movie.
the
They
movie.
did.
Because you know that the airline stewardess wasn't going to show her non-existent tits.
Uh-huh.
So they got the biggest titty lady that they
Well, I
could
believe
find.
she does in Tales from the Dark Side.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, the biggest titty lady. She has huge boobs. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
comedic.
Like
Size
there's
boob.
And a
big.
huge cock, apparently, because
Yeah.
she is butt fucking that guy.
Yeah, she is, dude.
So that whole room gets better and better because they have a camera. I'm like, oh, they're taping it, but the camera's hooked to the TV, so they're taping it and watching it at the same time.
Nice.
And that guy, the camera's rolling, right? And you can see him try to put his head in between her boobs like 2 or 3 times during the fight scene.
I'm
Well.
not paying attention to the right things in this scene.
I don't know if he can be blamed too much, can he? I mean,
It was like, oh no, like he was trying to dodge
did you
a
watch your
fight.
if there's a fight going on,
Serious.
that's probably the safest place in the room because there's so much padding around his head. He's
Yeah.
just playing safe.
And even if Schwarzenegger hits one of them, it's gonna lightly caress his cheek inside
Inside the
boob
boob helmet.
sandwich.
It's
He's
like
in.
a boob cocoon.
boob coon.
Boob cocoon.
And he emerges a beautiful butterfly.
With a big ass smile on his face. Oh, yeah. So they fucked that place up pretty good. And he eventually punches Bill Duke through the door again, and he lands on an upside down table leg.
Yep.
I guess they knocked over.
Yeah.
He gets spiked.
Yeah, he's dead.
All good things come to an end.
And he
as
gets
this
no
fight scene.
information from him.
None.
Where is she, Duke?
Because his one question that he got to ask was, "Where's Jenny?" And he just got gurgled. And some blood.
Yeah. Well, we better search his car.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's got another Cadillac. What's them and stealing Cadillacs?
Maybe that one's actually his and paid
Yeah.
for. Who knows? That one's really nice.
I
It's
told
an
you.
Eldorado.
Yeah.
I told you
Told me what?
that black people like Cadillacs.
Oh, shut up,
Oh,
Jackie.
God damn it.
It's true.
I like Cadillacs.
I like
I
Cadillacs
like
too.
Cadillacs too,
I'm
but
black,
in
though.
the movies, it always seems like the bad guys always drive Cadillacs.
Yeah, or four-door Ford sedans from like the Crown Victoria from like the 70s.
Tucker knows
I
where
just
I'm
like
going.
big cars. I do. I had a Cougar once. It caught on fire over on Capitol Boulevard one morning.
Why are you trying to burn cats?
What?
No.
Oh,
A Mercury Cougar.
big Cougar. Yes, it was big. And I was driving. And suddenly, there's smoke pouring out of the dashboard, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I pulled over and opened the hood, and there were flames. That was the end
Jesus.
of it. And Carl told me I made the news. 'Cause, yeah.
Saw you on the news. You're standing there with your car burning to the ground. I was like, hey, I knew that guy.
I don't know if they have them now. They had a guy in a chopper that would do like traffic reports, but he didn't have a camera. So it'd just be like a graphic of the guy.
Yeah,
And he'd be like, well, it looks like we got a car on fire. On
because
Capitol."
he was just a man inside of a basement going,
Yeah.
I'm Air Larry here.
That was Air Larry. Yeah.
Traffic sucks out there today.
He's kept trying to just call himself Larry, but no one got it. So he had Air Larry.
Air Larry. What's with Larry and the helicopter sound that he's making with his mouth? But then he changed to Air Larry, and everybody he's in a
I
helicopter
get it.
doing the news.
He should probably lock his cat out of his office then.
Damn it.
Fluffy!
Ruffles, get out of here. I'm trying to be a helicopter man.
Who knows? You can't, say that cat's not a co-pilot.
It's true.
Yeah. Shit flew in the early 90s that doesn't anymore.
What do you see on your
What's
side of
that,
the
Fluffy?
chopper,
Oh,
Fluffy?
it is jammed up on I-84.
Meow, 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 meow. Now, that is a very deep and far tangent, much removed from what we were
Hey,
discussing.
that cat landed in a Category 3 storm.
Oh my God.
Cadillacs.
Fuck are we?
We're at the
Cadillacs,
Cadillacs.
yeah.
They take the Cadillac.
Cadillacs. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I like to think Bill Duke had been saving up for that. He's really proud of it. It's like, I finally got my car, guys. It's great.
Stole like
he can't
50 of
keep
these.
the one he stole.
No.
Well,
obviously.
and he
a hot
hit somebody
car.
in that one.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
a
had
murder
vinyl.
weapon.
Yeah, and it had vinyl seats.
Yeah.
So fuck that other Cadillac.
Exactly.
This one had it was that beautiful sea green.
There's a 78 Eldorado, I think. It's really nice.
Yeah, it was super nice.
okay, we have to move on from the Cadillac. They find a receipt.
But do we?
Yes, damn it! They find a receipt for airplane gas.
Seaplanes?
Yeah. Like
No, she
seaplane.
only says that it's for airplanes. She doesn't even put it together until they get to the other place.
It's a place that she knows provides gas for airplanes.
Yeah.
Because she's learning to fly.
She's gonna be a pilot because she's got aspirations.
Because
One day she will
She's not going to be slinging ginger ale the rest of her life.
getting into the Mile High Club for an extra $15.
Wow.
that's a good deal.
Yeah, I thought you had.
Dude, on an 11-hour flight, you can make some serious money.
Not in those tiny ass bathrooms.
Ouch.
Anyways,
I mean, sure, if you want to put it a full shift, but you're going to be pretty banged up by the end. That's what I'm saying. You can make a lot of money, but there is a price.
you have got one destroyed pussy.
Yeah.
What do you pay?
But
And
that's why
man,
she only does the flight once a month.
It's Tuesday. Gotta get this thing wrecked.
That's why she's so hostile towards Sully. She's like, look, buddy, I've had enough.
I just gave 16 hand jobs. I'm very tired. I just want to go home.
To join the Mile High Club, do you have to have actual intercourse, or is it just anything?
Unknown. I think
I
so.
don't know.
Look into this.
I would think you have to have intercourse.
Yeah, I thought it was the sex.
Yeah.
You know, you're up there, you're in a bathroom, you're getting tugged on or banged or whatever. I think you walk out of there and you say whatever the fuck you want.
That's true.
Because it's not like there's a
not
guy
an
standing
official
outside of the door
referee.
making sure that there's insertion. You know?
Excuse me, I'd like
Yeah.
to swab your vagina.
Otherwise, you don't get your badge.
You know, and not to mention, like, why in the hell would you have sex in a bathroom and then walk out smugly? Like, I just had sex where you just took a shit. Woohoo! I'm sorry, there's nothing sexy about that. It really smells like shit in here. Yeah, I think that last guy must have had burritos.
That's
How do
my
you-
dick.
I could barely find enough room to take a shit in the airplane bathroom.
Yeah. No, it's not sexy.
No.
People that are like, that should happen. No, it shouldn't. It's gross.
I'd do it. What were we talking about?
We're moving on
The
from the catalog.
warehouse thing.
Warehouse,
Yeah.
right? Jet fuel.
Yeah. So
Airplane fuel.
they go to this warehouse, and inside of it, it's really busy. Like, there's all sorts of activity inside of this thing. It's not just where you fill up your seaplane with gas. They've got, like, artillery and tanks and, like, machinery. And, like, maybe they're also manufacturing bottling soda in there. Like, just, it seems too industrious to just be a place where you get airplane gas.
It's another one of these criminal side deals like Sully had going on. You have to really have a lot of different avenues for income. One thing could go away at any time.
Yeah.
I think that's just how Pepsi runs their bottling companies.
Diversification. Yeah. Bottle this Pepsi right next to this
Jet fuel.
howitzer.
The bottom ever drops out of the cola market. We still got all these M60s. These things sell for a pretty penny, I will tell you.
So they find a map and a plane picture, a picture of a seaplane.
This must be the seaplane.
This must be the island where they're keeping Jenny.
Here, let me get this receipt.
How?
It's like she has everything really handy,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything means something.
Every clue is exact.
Yeah,
exactly right.
Is a piece to this puzzle that you're trying to solve.
the map is just too dubious.
Which, by the way, how did he go straight to the right window to bring her into the warehouse? They don't make a plan for that. He just ends up in a room, kills a guy, throws him in the closet, opens the window, and pulls her in.
Yeah, he could have gone into the wrong office and they would have ended up in Cleveland at a daycare center.
Yeah. And what if he'd opened up that window and someone else had been out there? And he just pulled her in. They
different
switched out
lady.
Ray Don Chong
Chong
with someone else.
Somebody else.
It's never acknowledged.
Do you like petting deer? Yeah, kind of. All right, you'll do too.
Perfect.
That's fine. You qualify for being Jenny's future mother.
You do.
So
You don't have that banged up mild high vagina.
So it's time to go shopping. And shopping is ramming a bulldozer or a cat through an army surplus store and stealing all of their guns.
And knowing where the
Slowly.
secret button is to get to the really good shit.
Super awesome guns.
And doing it slowly enough that you get arrested.
Indeed. Yeah. You got to get in and out when you do
gets
that.
arrested.
This is a shitty plan.
You get
It's
arrested
really funny.
by cops who don't bother to handcuff you and throw you in the back of a paddy wagon by yourself. Like, this guy, we can tell. Put him in this milk truck.
And there's only 2 of them. He just kicked the shit out of like 60 guys.
Well, he respects law enforcement.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mall
and he
cops,
says,
not so much.
just talk to Kirby and he'll clear this all up and I can be on
Yeah.
my merry
Couldn't
way.
he just do like a judo chop and knock him unconscious and go about his business? And they wake up with a headache and go home to their wives instead of getting blown up by a rocket launcher.
They didn't die.
No, but they're probably not. They would probably at that point prefer the judo chop.
Well, yeah.
Well, the cops that catch him and the cops that drive off with him are different. The 2 that catch him, they seem like good cops. These guys that are driving around with him, they're dicks.
Oh, they are super dicks.
Yeah.
That's why they're the B squad that has to drive the truck.
Yeah.
They see
just
her
drivers.
in the Cadillac. She's wearing her flight attendant's
Wings
uniform.
are visible.
and they call her a hooker. Not to her face like,
It's,
hey, hooker. hey, it's a hooker.
It's so out of place that I like sometimes I wonder, like I've never put the subtitles on, but I wonder sometimes, like, did he call her a looker? Yeah, she's a real looker. Because hooker seems so weird.
It's too.
But
she's clearly
it's-
not a hooker.
I think this
Have
guy
you seen hookers?
But then he says she must be doing really well.
Yeah.
She's
not
got a
walking
Cadillac.
the street. She's driving a car.
And wearing a flight attendant uniform. Those are expensive.
Look, it's a street driver. Gotta flag him down for a date.
and a ride.
It's the newest thing in prostitution.
Where
It's all
do
the
you go?
rage. They've really flipped it.
You just all of the convenience. I need a tug job and a ride to the library. So, and the library is far away, so you just go at an average pace there.
Just keep pulling on it.
You got it, mister. They all talk like shoeshine boys.
Yeah, page boys. Instead of get out of my dreams and get into my car, let's get off the street and get into my car.
Yeah.
That's not a good
That
joke.
was terrible.
No one's
know.
dreaming about this.
Hey, I'm tired. So she shoots the missile launcher backwards, and then she turns around, shoots it, blows up their car, and he gets out, and
This is as perfectly as this can go.
it really
Because
is.
she blows it over so that he can get out instead of blowing him up.
Uh-huh.
Because she very easily could have blown him up. Credits.
Yeah.
Oh, Jenny
It
didn't
seems like
make
a
it.
really bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
But
fine.
luckily, he's indestructible.
It's
it's
true.
just-
It's true.
The credit sequence is just Bennett sitting somberly on a street, like a tree stump,
But it still is like
looking at his knife.
Dude.
So they go down and steal the seaplane, and they get shot at, and he shoots
Again.
back out the window, and they take off, but the guys that are driving this fucking Jeep and shooting at him.
It's the first instance of the two headed for disaster vehicles. Had they just been on patrol driving
Uh-huh.
like this, they're not going to make it.
They would have gone right into the ocean no matter what.
Yeah, they don't get hit by any bullets.
No. And they
Actually,
don't.
one of them does, but by the time he gets shot, the Jeep is already halfway off the pier.
Yes. Already on his way to Deathland. And they can't hit shit either.
No.
They stink. But, so they're flying out
Yeah,
there.
they shoot at each other forever.
Yeah. Somebody should have hit something, but they get called in by the Coast Guard.
Game over, man.
It's fucking Bill Paxton. Awesome. What is that? The 7th time we've had Bill Paxton on the show, even though this was brief.
It's something like that.
Yeah, man, that guy lives here.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Could have gone for more Paxton. I sure wish Bill Paxton had been Bennett instead of Bennett.
Or the general.
I love
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you would really believe that he let him there and screwed it up. 'Cause it's Bill Paxton. He screws everything up.
Yeah, he totally could have been Kirby. I'd live
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's my bad.
Oh, shit, Matrix.
And then when he's like, will you put your unit together? No. You want to get some nachos? Yeah. High five, freeze frame, credits.
When he first comes up with no shirt on and everything, he could for God's sakes, would you cover yourself? Like a towel at him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Billy Paxton.
Paxton.
So they have to fly below radar because otherwise the Coast Guard's going to see him. But which doesn't seem to be a problem for her, even though she's only trained a little bit in a Cessna. She knows all these things to do.
The
This
front.
thing doesn't even have an LED readout.
No.
Yeah. Oh
come
my
on.
gosh.
I have to mention how bad the projection is during the
Oh,
flying
yeah.
sequences. It looks terrible.
You know
It
what's
does.
funny is I was looking at it, I was like, this looks better than a lot of projection. I think.
Yes,
Actually.
but for how good everything else is, it's not. Well, the dummies outside the exploding,
Oh, those are awful.
those are bad too.
Yeah.
But
There's really not any other real visual effects.
that
in
was
the
the
movie,
only
right?
visual effect, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did notice it though. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I always do. But
So they land, and Matrix rows to shore in the Mankini.
Yeah.
woo!
Matrix, row your boat ashore.
Hallelujah.
And the other plane lands, the one that Matrix jumped off of, and they pull out the dead guy, and so the bad guys know that John Matrix is not playing their game. And they call in, killer, says Dan Hedaya to Bennett. But he doesn't, because she's gone.
Yeah, she's just been escaping for a while with the doorknob.
Because the guards don't go check on her. They just sit outside and go, cutting a little girl's throat is like cutting warm butter.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
The one guy doesn't. I'm pretty sure the other guy doesn't care. He just gets paid, and he's like, I am standing here.
He
He's like, I don't
completely
need
is deadpan.
butter. It's like,
It's better than being the lawn guy.
Yeah.
that's
Like,
true.
I'm 43, and I used to be a fisherman. Listening to this asshole is kind of better.
Barely.
Sort of.
I do
No.
get a free uniform every year.
The ocean's calling.
think
I
I
think I'm
listen.
going
Okay.
back. Oh, no, I've been shot by John Matrix.
Thank God.
It's over for me.
It's over.
Speaking of John Matrix, he's all suited up, and he's going to invade the island. He sets up a bunch of claymores all over the place. He's not very sneaky. This is maybe the shortest sneaky sequence I've ever seen of a guy trying to be sneaky.
Once the boat gets ashore, he's just in a hurry.
Yeah.
Like, his getting dressed sequence is super fast. He goes about 3 miles really quickly, and then
Carrying
he's just
hundreds of pounds
Yeah.
of air.
like, there's one shot where he's looking at binoculars, and it's obvious that it's still very far away. Like, I should have had to bring the plane closer.
Why did I say the most secluded part?
Yeah. I bet it would have gone right up to the shore. I didn't even need the
I
boat.
was already out of time. Why didn't I just drop on top of it?
He should have, just jumped out of the plane and landed in the middle of him.
Could have got
Just
dressed in the
started
plane.
shooting him.
Instead of undressed in the plane. Oh, stupid Matrix. Stupid.
So he starts blowing shit up everywhere, left and right,
And just mowing dudes down.
mowing through guys.
They
Untold
don't
amounts
stand
of
a
men.
chance.
The discrepancies in body counts of this film, I've seen it as high as 160 that he kills. I've seen it as low as 80.
Yeah.
Either way,
As
it's a
low
lot
as.
of guys.
Yeah.
You see a guy on camera dressed in fatigues, you just assume that he's killed by John Matrix.
Pretty much. Exploded, shot. He has a knife gun. Shoots a
Yeah.
knife through a guy.
I don't know if that's worth carrying.
The knife
You
gun?
get one shot,
Yeah.
one knife.
It's a little
It's
chuckle.
the stupidest weapon.
It's a story for later at the bar. Yeah, this guy got shot by a knife gun.
I used the knife gun. No, I used it. No, seriously. Ah, it worked. It's stupid.
He's dead.
It killed him. He died in the stupidest way. It's a shame for his family. He'll never have the respect of his father. He's dead from a knife gun. It's not even a thing. Never heard of a knife gun, have you? It's next to the fake poo at the surplus store. The novelty section. A switchblade combed this other fucker to death.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Then we get to the woodshed.
Oh,
He's been grenaded a little bit. It's
this is where he
bothered him.
turns full on Jason Voorhees.
Yes.
Yeah.
He goes into a woodshed to, I guess, take a break. And then he...
Well, that's where he's hurt on his side, remember?
Yeah, right.
Doesn't have a blood or mark. It's just sort of.
It's just kind of damp.
Ow, I better take my shirt off.
This is killing me.
Yeah. Struggles
That's
taking
what's
his vest
hurting
off.
him.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he got blown up.
His vest is too tight.
I knew I should have went with an extra large.
Why did I get that burger? The way.
So, and then he's looking around and he sees all this shit. He sees the pitchfork and some axes and buzzsaws and
It is a quick inventory.
Yeah.
while he's nursing his side.
he fucking kills everybody with tool shed weapons.
This was so fucking awesome.
Really unexpected, right?
Right, like when he throws the saw blade and chops the side of the guy's head off, like just tomahawks him in a way, and you're like, oh my God. And it's so fast.
Lobs another one into a guy's throat.
Right.
Sticks an axe into a guy's ball sack. That's horrible. That's a bad way to go.
He was also
I
talking
prefer
about
the
that
knife
later.
gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, the guy that gets his arm chopped off, he can tell that he was like, I wish I was one of these other assholes.
Yeah. He's pretty bummed about his
Yeah.
arm getting.
He's like, I have to be armless for about 40 seconds before I die. This sucks.
He could have made it.
I don't think he made it.
I don't think he made it.
I think he got killed right after that.
I don't think that they have a hospital there at all, Jackie. So
And if they did, it was blown up.
yeah, it was exploded. So I think he bled out.
Yeah. Plus, I think Schwarzenegger probably went around afterwards just to make sure everyone was dead. He doesn't want to give a false report to Kirby.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
true.
Just bodies.
Except for that one guy whose arm is off.
The guy over there with his arms. He's not quite dead yet, but
Wait long enough, right?
start on this side of the island. Sweep that way by the time he's dead. Don't worry about it.
Our bodies.
And by the way, halfway from there to there, knife gun. Amazing. Check it out. But no, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah. Oh shit. He gets into the house, and after a long shootout, he finally kills Dan Hedaya, whose fucking character name we have no idea. A bad guy.
El
dictator.
Presidente.
El Presidente, yeah.
So he's dead. And
It's funny how in these action movies, like 80s action movies, there was always like a mass of people, like all the, interchangeable whoever's that they mow down. And then there was always like a secondary bad guy that would get a good fight,
Yeah.
like the blonde guy in Die Hard, like
Right.
Carl in Die Hard. And then you'd have the main baddie that would get it too. And like Dan Hedaya gets the Carl part.
Yeah.
yeah.
And all it is them missing each other with
Yeah.
guns for a long time.
I think it's the 007 rules is that there's the main right-hand guy and the main bad guy, and they both give him a little trouble.
Yeah, and you'd think it would be the other way
Yeah.
around because Bennett's apparently the tough guy,
The tough guy.
sexy tough guy, super sexy tough guy. He's sporting that shirt he has. Really, it really shows off those armpits.
It does.
Jesus.
It is
you-
the worst costume.
It's awful.
It's also like tropical island, very hot leather pants.
Yeah,
You're not getting out of those until you go to a different continent.
And you're chunky. Mm-hmm. Leather pants.
he's planning on getting out of them in the boiler room.
Speaking of the boiler room, they're down there. Jenny's led Bennett down there, and Matrix finds them, and he talks Bennett into having a knife fight.
After Bennett shoots him,
Indeed.
Bennett finally hits him.
Yep. But it just kind of seems like it ricocheted off his bicep.
It grazed his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's impenetrable.
So Bennett freaks the fuck out. I can't put it any other way. He loses his shit.
He is so hard.
He gets into a sexual
he's-
frenzy.
It is the biggest,
The guy
chubbiest
is-
boner ever.
Oh, it's so disgusting.
I think we saw his O face.
Yeah, for sure.
It's his vinegar strokes.
Yes.
Looked into the souls of an eye, the eye of a man while he was having an orgasm.
You, John.
He's fucking
And like
goofy.
how he entices him with the knife. He's like, "Don't want to shoot me.
Yeah.
You want to stick it in and look
Twist it
into my
around.
eyes when it's
When you
it's
twist it.
like,
Yeah.
it's hot,
Uh-huh.
really
Yeah,
hot.
super hot.
See what's going on in there. What is going? Yeah.
Ow.
What is going on
Oh,
there?
yeah. Looks like it hurts, all right.
Ooh, sorry.
So they have one of the
You'll
silliest.
feel empathy for me. You'll stop killing me halfway through because you don't can't experience it even secondhand. It's so awful. Come on, do it that way. Don't just shoot me. Done. This could be over in a second. No. Stick it in me. Bennett, stick it in me. Okay, John. It's like the end of Roadhouse. When the guy's like, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. That line.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Why? Why are you saying that? I mean, I get it. I guess it's intimidating in a way, but at the same time, you're just like, what?
Choose other words. They have the most silliest fight too. It is so ridiculous.
It ups the ante on the Bill Duke fight.
Totally.
They're so mismatched.
Completely.
There's like 4 of him.
You're getting old, John. Really, because you look like you're about 10, 15 years older than John.
And not in shape.
Not in shape.
I mean, he looks like he's just sweating it hard. Like, whoo, okay, this fight's got to end soon, because, woo.
I like to think that Bennett looks good for Bennett right now. Like, he used to be a real piece of shit, and now it's like he's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you see Bennett? He's still pretty haggard looking, but it's better than last week.
He has lost a lot of weight. He doesn't sweat as much as he used to.
He's
He
still
can walk-
fucking crazy.
No, he
Yeah,
used to
he can
leave that
walk to-
trail of slime.
Yeah. And, he can walk to the restaurant without getting winded.
Not away from the restaurant.
Yeah, but after he eats, it's just a whole other story. But getting there, you're not as embarrassed to go to the booth with him.
I love when Bennett gets electrocuted.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the greatest. Like, it doesn't actually hurt him. It just recharges him for the fight. He gets thrown into some Transformers, gets electrified, and then when he comes off of him, instantly punches Schwaz, like, right in the nuts.
He's coming in hot. Oh,
I
it's
don't
so
know.
cartoony.
That's not like you can't do that, right?
No, I don't think
You
so.
can't separate yourself from something
dead.
that's electrocuting you.
He is quite dead.
I think that's the whole thing.
He got
He's stuck
zapped.
there.
You're stuck, yeah.
He's just like, oh, yeah. Maybe that's why he kind of got the upper hand for a second.
Actually,
Big.
it's all of the sweat in those leather pants turned into the vapor and popped him right off of there.
I'm dry, John. I'm dry.
So it all boils down to Schwaz chucking a pipe through his tummy and let off some steam. Bennett.
Hilarious.
So dumb. It's great.
Uh,
And then John and Jenny walk to the beach. There's not going to be a sequel.
Kirby's like, why don't you get your team back together?
No chance. Oh. I'm sad.
This is your new mother.
And the
Who's
little
this
girl
lady?
kisses her on the cheek, like, hey,
She
nice to
fucking
meet
knows
you.
everything about her.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to meeting you, new mommy.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I think we have a miscommunication here, John.
Well, we
Matrix.
don't know what conversation happens from the basement to the beach.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, he's probably, military father. She knows how to, get in line, form up,
Yeah.
all that. And he's like, we're going to get out there. It's going to be a new mom. Just keep your mouth shut. She's not going to like the egg salad. There's not eggs or salad in there. I don't know what you put in it.
Deer meat
Deer meat.
that he killed with his bare hands.
Which, if you eat that deer meat, there's still that much Quaaludes in there.
Yeah.
You're going to wake up in the middle of the forest.
I think Cindy's scratching her head about the whole situation. Like, no, I think I want to just go back to being a flight attendant.
Oh,
Yeah.
she seems happy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let's cut to the next day when she wakes up on that fucking mountain.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, fuck.
What am I doing here?
I want to go to the mall.
Day 6 of ice cream in the face.
Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? Jenny
So gonna
likes
go
it.
fishing.
Let's go fishing. Drop the fish. Let the fish slip out of your hands. It's hilarious. You don't know how to montage.
Yeah, so obviously the question we ask every time is, so do they make it? Do they survive as a couple? Or is she... do they
she's
break up
dead.
or is she dead?
She's dead.
She
She
dies.
falls off a mountain. She accidentally licks the salt block that the deer was meant for the deer.
Yeah.
She gets too many Quaaludes and falls off the mountain. He's like, God damn it, that's another one.
Look, your new mother disobeyed me off the side of the mountain.
All right.
But do him and Jenny make it?
Yeah, that was my
course.
question. Does she get a dog for all of this crap?
Yeah.
Like, because there's no dog hanging out in this new place. maybe he should pony up for a dog. Isn't that what kids ask for?
Maybe she gets a pony.
How fucked up is Jenny from this? Like, later on in life. How much therapy is she needing?
I bet she's only boning dudes that are as big as her dad or bigger.
If you think
And is
about
she
it,
boning her dad?
Ew.
I'm sorry, but they're living up on that mountain together, and they seem like lovebirds. It's a real like August, early January relationship.
Oh my god.
my God.
So, like, I just had this really terrible thought.
Oh, good.
I'm just gonna.
You did.
Yeah.
Never mind.
What is it?
Mhm.
No, I lost it.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Let my terrible thought hang out there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be the scumbag of the episode.
Scumbag.
Hey, I didn't make the fucking movie.
I don't know.
I didn't make that montage where they kiss more than 3 times.
Yeah, I didn't make this pedophile revenge thriller.
Did Jenny really have that rough of a time, though? She just sat in a room by herself.
They messed her hair up really bad in
Oh,
between
no.
when he gets tranquilizered.
Maybe
and
they did
waking
one of that
up.
thing where you, like, rub the kid's head, like, oh, you look at you little shaver. You're so cute.
It was actually, they were just trying to get balloons to stick
Yeah,
to her head
uh-huh.
to entertain her.
That's the torture.
But
Stop!
it looks rough afterwards.
Can't take one more balloon.
We don't know what they did to her.
They
Yeah.
obviously blew dirt or something in her face because she had dirty face. Maybe that's just a kid thing. I don't know. We don't
No,
have
she's
kids.
just grubby.
That's being kidnapped thing, I think.
I
That's
don't,
kind of a thing. You just get dirt on your face somehow.
I don't think
Seems to always happen.
No.
I think that this
kidnapping.
is not really that big of a deal to Jenny. She's
She's a
been
psychopath.
training for this her entire life. She is also insane.
Yeah,
And
she's
will
nuts.
murder people in masses.
Well, he's teaching her all kinds of like self-defense
Yeah.
and moves and stuff. I mean, that's part of the montage, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
he's just training the next little soldier.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's good to go.
This is one of those girls that you meet in college and she likes football. You're like, whoa, sweet. And you go out for like 2 weeks and you're still in the feeling it out phase where she's already decided. And then once you go back to meet dad and find out that they're both commandos, you're like, oh, fuck, I need to get out of this. How do I get out of this? And you look into her eyes and you see her soul and then it's like, I have been picked. I'm fucked.
Indeed. And one night you open up her, look, she's like, can you get me a new towel? And you look in the wrong drawer and there's a necklace made out of ears.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn it.
Those are the ones who left me.
Yep. Oh, fuck.
If I had a nickel.
Instead, I've got ears.
Yeah.
Sam?
Well, I have to go to the obvious one first.
I'll field this one, guys.
Okay.
The boat that Hedaya and Bennett take seems to get to the island in about 2 hours. The seaplane gets to the island from when it leaves in about 2 hours. The commercial flight takes 11 hours.
Correct.
The commercial fight's going to Valverde to assassinate. They're on an island.
They're on a
off of
different place?
California, yeah.
Oh. See, I've never figured that out. I always thought
I had
that-
thought about that before too, because I always thought it was that way too.
But still,
then-
how, if the mission goes according to plan and this
he's
guy's
off
dead,
on this fucking island?
he's on his fucking island. Like, you were in no position to be like, I will be your fearless dictator. Country or
Yeah.
town or street. We don't even know what Valverde is.
And
It
it
take him
can't-
like 9 hours to fly there and take over the country.
Uh-huh.
It can't be that far away from where he's at. I think the plane takes too long.
It does.
It's a Delta flight.
Yeah.
I got him screwed up again.
They're in Southern California.
There's a lot of layovers.
Bill Duke got the tickets on Travelocity.
There's no place you
4 layovers.
11
We were in
hours.
Denver for 6.5 hours. You can't leave. There's nowhere to go in Denver.
You can't fly anywhere from LAX for 11 hours to Central America.
No.
It's 4 hours away at
From
most.
everywhere.
From everywhere. Yeah, so it's dumb.
All right, we'll fix that.
Okay, we'll get it on the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best one-liner?
That's the one problem with this movie. Best one-liner.
Yeah. Your favorite one-liners.
So many.
I will say that it's not one you can zing out there, but in this watch I liked it a lot more, was where he was like at the very beginning with the guy in the chair and he's like, hey, you got to play by our rules. You got to do that, right? Wrong. because it's not really a zinger, but makes a pretty strong statement right there that this guy's not playing by anybody's rules.
No. He
Nope,
doesn't even
I
have
don't.
rules himself.
I don't have to do fucking shit. I'm crazy man. So I would say wrong.
Probably Girl George.
Oh boy.
No, girl.
They're
You cut down all the confusion. I mean, it's boring to go with it, but let off some steam, Bennett is kind of
Yeah. It's iconic.
It is.
Yeah, it's the high watermark, really.
Screw You, Benny's the only one that I would even put in the same discussion as
That's a good
Let
one.
Off Some Steam, Bennett.
See, and my favorite one was when he let the guy go, and then he was like, "I had to let him go." I thought that was hilarious. Like
great.
as a boss, an evil boss, I have those kind of thoughts.
Yikes.
Come and work for me.
Do you have an ear necklace by chance?
Nope.
Because I am now frightened of you.
Nope. It started to smell, so I had to throw it out. One of the dogs found it. God damn it. Ate up my trophy, swallowed an earring, had to take him to the vet. It was a whole thing. The vet's like, well, you just can't leave your dead ears around like that.
Yeah.
The trials,
They'll eat 'em.
tribulations.
You're
We
lucky
get-
he didn't puncture his stomach.
We get so many dogs in here with ears in their tummies. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
terrible.
Every Sunday.
That's why you make your human trophy necklaces out of the bones. Yeah.
Drive your enemies away from you. How does it go?
Drive you or wait.
See your enemies driven before you. No, that's the second one. Shit.
Conquer your enemies.
Is it to ride your enemies or
No,
yeah.
Punch guys.
punch guys in the face. See them driven before you. It's something your enemies see them driven before you.
And then hear the lamentation of the women.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
It's gonna drive me crazy.
So who thought that the lacy faux chainmail would be slimming?
It is not chainmail. It is
It's
not
yarn.
chainmail.
It's
Supposed to be
it's yarn.
I
chainmail.
think it's yarn.
fishnet.
It's just
It's like
yarn.
a hemp yarn.
Give him. Why can't he wear actual chainmail?
It's too heavy.
It's
Oh,
too-
Fucking hot in the
he is-
Amazon.
Because he is such a fat piece of crap. That's why.
Because they have to keep adding
Chafes.
the chainmail to it, and it was getting
Yeah.
expensive.
it shapes his nipples.
Oh man.
They don't usually make that in pear shape.
It looks awful.
But either way, who was like,
Maybe his grandma made it for him.
this is going to be a very slimming look for you? It's not.
And or intimidating.
No.
Not.
They should have kept him in the coat at the beginning. You wouldn't have been able to tell.
Yeah, exactly. Bennett's silly looking.
He looks fine in the coat.
He looks fine in the coat.
Yeah.
Is it the worst? Is he wearing the worst bad guy costume ever?
You got to think about the ones in The Running Man, but those are intentionally supposed to be that way.
Intentionally stupid, yes. Leather pants on a tropical island and yarn chainmail.
Yeah, it's the stupidest. Yep.
Yep, indeed.
You're right.
Winner. Ding.
It's really racking up the awards.
Did anybody else when he was blowing people away in the garden scene, and there was blood going everywhere, and there were a bunch of white roses in the background? Did anybody else have the song "We're painting the roses red, painting the roses red because we know"? Okay, anyway,
No.
These guys are
I
dead.
don't know that song.
because I'm killing these dudes. It's from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is. You're right. No, I didn't.
But
I didn't
I-
do that, Jackie. I was going, Jesus Christ!
It just turned into this fun Disney moment for me. Painting the roses red, painting the roses red.
It is a very Disney-esque massacre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
So this is my main conspiracy theory with the movie.
Ooh.
He stops. Why would you stop to pick her up when he's chasing down
I would not.
Sully?
No,
now
just keep
here's
going.
my conspiracy theory. This doesn't have Bennett and the El Presidente only think that they've actually put this plan in motion. It was actually put in motion by John Matrix and General Kirby. This whole movie is Operation Get Jenny a New Mom. He's had his eye on Radon Chong for a while. This is like in the Dennis system.
He took a flight to Phoenix about 3 months ago.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Saw her on the plane.
It's all a long con.
She asked him if he would like some peanuts, and he said,
I love peanuts.
She gets some just the way I like it roasted. All of the peanuts are roasted. Just
Yes.
shut up.
You're so nice. She's the one. Oh, not good with the women.
Yeah, which is why he has to bring General Kirby in, who's like, well, I'll only do it if you topple this whole island. She's like, okay, this will work.
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this knife gun.
so Kirby's like his wingman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Commando's really just about getting Jenny a new mom.
Oh, man. I hope so, Sam. I hope that's what
I'm
it's
into it.
actually
I like
about.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Questions?
I'm good.
Okay. Final recommendations. Do it.
Required viewing.
Absolutely.
Oh, fucking balls to the walls. Awesomeness.
Balls to the walls. Awesomeness. Sam, it's your movie next week. What are we doing?
It's going to be hard to follow up Commando.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I'm actually worried about next week's movie. I don't know if it's going to be.
Can't be worse than Dreamer.
It can't be worse than Dreamer, but
What was Dreamer?
it might be the worst sort of Chuck Norris movie there is. It's Firewalker with him and Louis Gossett Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Right.
got they just did a Blu-ray release of that 6
Yeah.
months ago, and I picked it up and haven't opened it up yet. So
Sweet. Nice. All right, Firewalker next week. Tucker, it was a joy to have you as always.
Thank you for
we
having
will
me.
See you.
Dreamer
I'm
was a
sure.
crappy bowler movie, just so you know.
Yeah, we can talk about it after I hit stop.
It wasn't that good. We don't want to bring it up again on
Right.
the podcast, oh.
Thank you for coming. We
Thank
will
you.
have you again, I'm sure.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, you were super funny this
Since
time.
you live in our town. Oh, last time he was
Finally.
crap.
Oh, yeah, last time I was like, fuck, why is
know,
that guy
guys.
coming back over here for this
It's like,
movie?
guys, my dog died. The whole time. I don't even have a dog.
the whole time
He died
You
over
guys
and
think
over
my
again.
dog's dead.
He kept eating ears.
Shot him
Puncturing
with my
its-
knife gun.
Dumb bastard never saw it coming.
No one ever does.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Tucker, take us out.
All right.
Get to the chopper.
Oh, get to the chopper!
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter @StinkerMadness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.